Hello, everybody. Welcome to Isamizu Global Conscious Wellness Leaders Around the World.
I'm Dr. Isabel, and together we're expanding wellness by bridging the gap between modern science and ancient wisdom. We have with us one of our leaders. You can tell us your story about you're from Israel and you want to live up to 120. You're an amazing example of youth and wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I believe, as you know, we become what we think about. And that's very simple, but it's so deep. And we are like a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
And that vessel just go anywhere. Unless we become the captain of this vessel, it could go into a rock, into a sand, into anything. To become a mastermind, it's actually to master your thoughts. Now, people don't realize when you look at the brain, the conscious and subconscious, the conscious mind is like an iceberg, but you see only the top of it. The subconscious mind is actually the 90% which is under the water and you cannot see it. And if you try to take head-on collision or head-on argument between the conscious and the subconscious, every time hands down, no problem. Subconscious always win. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But if we know how to take control of it, how to change the thought, how to change actually the neuron connection, take, the neuron, they say, the more you do something, the more it's hardwired.
Mm-hmm.
I always say we are hardwired by nature, but changeable by nurture.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Very true.
Yes.
And that's something that people don't realize. And you sit in a cafe, you see people and all that, and you say to yourself, if they only knew, one thought can change their life.
Yes, that is so
and
true.
It's only a matter of one thought,
right. Children are suggestive. They don't have the analytical mind until 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. Right.
Everything that mom and dad and everyone telling them is they are in a alpha mode or suggestive mode or delta, and they are actually just absorbing like a sponge. And like Joe Dispenza said, the hardest habit to break in life is the habit of being yourself. It's funny. I call the subconscious, I actually take it and say to people, it's exactly like a dog, like a puppy. When you take that puppy and you say, sit long enough, sit, eventually that puppy will sit and will start listening. Because it's not a word only, it's the sound and the repetition.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anything we do in repetition become a habit. This is a technique of a swap. Swish, I call it. Swap, swish, whatever you want to call it. But and actually she had the pain on the right legs, on the right knee. And I saw when she sitting and, it's very hard for her to sit and very hard for her to get up. And I was saying to her, okay, close your eyes. And now you're thinking that the pain is on this leg, not on this leg. And just telling her, and she keeps saying in her mind for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I can see her posture is different, right? I said, okay, get up now. And she got up. Her daughter looked and she started crying. She didn't see her mother getting up like that. This is tricking actually the subconscious. Once you do it with high gratitude, right? anything with high gratitude, the subconscious say it's already happened. And it make it happen.
So is it possible for you to give us a simple exercise, something that people can take it and start practicing, some recommendations, and maybe we can do, if it's possible, to do like a little guided session, a short
visualization. That's guided imagery or guided visualization. Yes. I did it with a lady 76 years old. She had lower pain in the back, like lower back pain, for over 30 years. Right? Over 30 years. Now, from my research, I know that a lot of chronic pain are actually memory. Right? And I thought, if we can convince the subconscious to wipe that memory, we don't have a pain. And it's the same as self-hypnosis. And she said, okay, let's do it here. I said, no. Here it's too much noise. Let's go to the other lounge room. And we went to the other lounge room. She sat opposite me, and she was hunching down, right? Closing her eyes. And I said to her, okay, this is what's happening now. Close your eyes, and I'll tell you what's happening, and I want you just to imagine it and feel it. And she said, okay. And I said to her, you feel now your muscle of the neck is relaxing. You can feel it relaxing. Then feel the muscle of the shoulder relaxing. And as you're going down to the back, you can feel it nice and cool, like somebody putting ice water on it. And I'm keeping saying it over and over and over for about 7 minutes. Eventually, she was like that. Suddenly I saw her like that, but with the eyes still closed. And I said to her, why don't you open your eyes now? She opened, and I said, get up. And she got up, and I said, how is it? She said, nothing. She didn't have pain, but she said straight away, but tomorrow morning when I get up, I'll have the pain again. I said, no. Close your eyes again, right? And I want you, when you get home, before you go to bed, you open it, you close your eyes, and now you see already morning, and you're getting up with no issues. But I want you to do it for about 3 minutes. Just see yourself getting out of bed and everything is good. In the morning, she wrote me an SMS. All good, thank you very much. She gone, of course, back to her old habit, because some people are master of suffering, unfortunately. And they don't want actually sometimes to be healed because of one reason. They won't get the attention. And that is very, very hard. If you visualize something long enough, it doesn't have to be long meditation. I believe in 2 to 3 minutes, 10 times a day. 2 to 3 minutes, 10 times a day, you're building a habit. You're doing it so much, but you got to have high elevated emotion with joy and gratitude. Huh? When you do that, and I say to people, first feel something like love filling you up. That feeling of love, and that you do it that way, they can't go wrong. They do it with visualization. And it's amazing what it can do to people. It's really amazing. Visualization, it's self-actualization.
Yes, that is so true. Do you mind giving us a little visualization so Dr. June and I can have a practice of what you will do for those 2-3 minutes that you will usually do?
Okay.
What about if we do something with anxiety? Because right now, unfortunately, with the pandemic,
okay,
so people that are listening or watching the video later will be able to do it for just 2
I agree 100%, because the biggest pandemic in the world is anxiety and stress.
Yes.
Within their mind.
It's not the corona, it's not the flu, it's not anything. It is actually the stress, because stress level down to 0, your immune system is full boost at 100%.
Correct.
Now, in our body, as you know, it's got better chemical weapon and biological weapon than any army in the world. The most important thing with anxiety is to teach people, let change, like for instance, when you do it with NLP, I will say to you, okay, close your eyes for a minute, explain to me, when you get that anxiety, where it's come from, because usually they say it's come from the stomach and it's come up to my neck, you know, and then I get overwhelmed, okay? I said, okay, does it come like that, spiral up, or does it come in a zigzag? I want you to have a look deeply and tell me how it's coming up. Then you explain to me how it's coming up. Let's say you said, okay, it's coming this way. I said, okay, close your eyes now and let that come up, but I want you now to turn it around. Let's do it the other way. Right? What we're doing, we're interrupting, right? And changing it. Or I want you to bring it up, but zigzag. After a couple of minutes, they start laughing, which means they can't bring it anymore. It's the same when you don't want the thought and you want to wipe it. I do it again, 1.5 to 2 minute increment, and we do it maybe 15 times. I tell them to, now with NLP, it's not like psychiatry or psychologist. We don't ask for the story. We don't want the content. We just say, bring it to your head, relive it, and sometimes it's emotional, they will cry or whatever, but bring it to your head. And when it's peak, I want you then to look at it like you're looking on a video. You see yourself, right? And suddenly it will become like there is no reception. It goes all this snow, right? And then it becomes completely white. And I guide them with that. And as they go, we go first time, and then I tell them, open your eyes now. And they open their eyes. And I said, okay, look at the ceiling. They look at the ceiling. And then I say, what did you have for breakfast? And they say, whatever. Take them out of the state and then go back into the state. And we do it something like maybe 15 times. But by the time they come to number 10, 11, 12, they can't bring it up anymore. They cannot bring that story up. Because that story, the subconscious saying, hang on a second, that person took control of it now. I can't bring it anymore, unwillingly.
So that rewire that it's been going on for years, the rewiring, that habit, it's just hard for the connections, for the neurons to do the connections, because now there is a new program that is being imprinted in that.
But you know, if you take an event, because all events that happen in your life got emotion attached to them.
Right.
Now, the minute we know how to dislodge, take the emotion out of it, then it doesn't matter if you remember the event, it does not affect you anymore. Like, live the moment. 1 minute ago is dead and buried. The future is only a concept. We are now, you know. We got to live only the now.
Well, thank you so much. This is so helpful, and we want to tell everybody that they can reach you online.
Yes. So everybody, so the how to reach Issi Gispan is that his website is healingyourbody.com.au. That's Australia, stands for AU.
.com.au, yeah.
.com.au. And then also his another website, issi.gispan.com. So we're going to write down the description, so please read that.